Yeah. How we doing? Previously on Kimba TV. Ladies and gentlemen, there should be no surprises. I don't know how many motherfucking times we said, hey, after 53.3, 53.5, ain't nothing until 57.7. And guess where we just went to? Boy, quit playing with me. There's gonna be a nice retracement, and there's obviously a really nice chance to poppity pop. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing? Shrey Owen says, why not dump? Man, there's no bearish edge, not yet. Fadila says, are you in any position? You tell me. Are you caught up on the YouTube? Let's go. Let's get it. Hey, today is a motherfucking juicy day, y'all. Don't be late, since it's crazy because lions are really juicing. Yes, except for Mario Fibonacci. How does somebody even begin? I mean, clearly, like, you're not watching, you're not in the Discord. Somebody actually thinks that y'all got wrecked? Straight and like, isn't it like, let's just not let we're not trying to fuck with the kid, we're not trying to humiliate the guy, but it is so obvious who lost money the last 2 days. Ladies and gentlemen, can you tell? Don't be that guy if you have a bad day. But we spend so much time, we spend 12 to 14 hours a day trying to figure out what market makers are gonna do. If you act like retail, it's so obvious. Especially the emotional coping. Prox1 says, okay, enough talk about haters. Yes, enough talk about haters. You guys good? You gotta have them. In every jungle, there are hyenas and lions. Night says, TA please. Well, open interest is going up. Price is going up. So it's bullish. However, you can see that here and here, there's gonna be a lot of stop losses. So we just looked at EXO. 17 million in longs open. All right.
The dude shape motherfucker, the math is the math.
And then it's just pixel fucking right now. So if we lose this, it'll probably go whoop. And then if we lose that, then it's probably down to this cluster again because there is no volume. So if you lose that, it's a quick whoop. But you guys see the longs that opened. We'll see if like the open interest gets reset. MGK says short from Kimba Box baby. We keep juicing. Who's in the short? Who's in the short? With me not saying anything. Oh. Wait, so you're telling me that I didn't have to say anything and you guys already have a short from Kimba Box? All the bots? All the bots are in the same trade? What is your entry? What is your entry? Kimba Gang Lions. What is your entry? Lions, what is your profession? Oh my goodness. Damn! Woo! Domzer says, we are bots. Y'all took the Kimba Box short, huh? Y'all took the Kimba Box short, huh? Who wants to see my paper trade? Who wants to see the paper trade? And so that's the difference between somebody like Mario Fibonacci and you guys. Keep juicing. Gomez says, can you do some recap to the possible long and short? Sure. Well, let's start with the basics. That is undeniable. You see this? Open interest is going up. Price is going up. People are opening longs. You can see that? Do you see this? And do you see this and that? So we're going to watch if this resets. Alrighty. If you wanted to short, it would have been the 75786 like a lot of lions took. If you wanted a long, it would have been the golden pocket. Pixel perfect golden pocket. That's about it. Other than like, did you want like you wanted a bigger time frame, Gomez? But you're scalping, right? Like if you're talking about in this range, that would be it. Okay. I don't know if you were here earlier when we started talking about if you lose this volume, look at this gap. This is going to be a quick whoop. Alrighty. So, and then that would be like so if you're talking about outside of the range, you could think about a swing fail, or if it can't swing fail and it can't get back in, then it's probably going to teleport right down to here. So what is, what's your bias? It kind of depends on what your bias is, Gomez, you know? There's no right or wrong, brother. Parastas, that would be about it. Parastas, yeah. So either you're shorting Kimba box, you longed golden pocket, you're either waiting for a sweep to short or long, or you already have a long. Because you would have been stopped out on any sort of short. So either you're short from here or you got in on Kimba box as the 75786. You're waiting for a sweep to short instead of taking a fib level. You're waiting for all of these bad lows to get swept for a long. Does that help a little bit, Parastas? Let me know. If I were you, for example, Parastas, like if you wanted to take this, what would you want that to look like on here? You know, what do you want this to look like on here? Longs, stopping out all the longs would be pretty funny, and then we go again. Everybody that longed right here gets stopped out, and then we go. Right? What do you want if you want, what do you want for this? So just start to like anticipate what you want to see. So let me know, Parastas. I don't know if that helped at all. Parastas says, why take the short now at 7.5 and not earlier at the 8.86? Yeah, that's what I said. You're already in it. Yeah, you wouldn't take it now. Remember, were you here when I drew the line on this guy? What does that look like? I'm not going to be able to like keep everything on here. I know what I'm looking at, so I don't need to like leave that shit on there. I don't need to like mark that, and I don't need to like go like that, you know, because I can see it. But were you here when I drew a line like that? That looks pretty good. So can you guys see the pixel fucking that's going on? Do you see the pixel fucking that's going on? Parasa says, I mean, why not take it earlier? Sure. Sure. It's whatever you want to do, brother. You can't predict the future, so it doesn't matter when you would have taken it. You do know that those highs aren't good though, right? That is not good. You know? So for that reason, there might be people saying, yeah, I'm going to wait for this. You know, a swing fail. Alrighty? We're all looking at the same shit, you know, but there's nothing wrong with being more aggressive, you know? Well, so this is what I would say, Express. I think you should always have a little bit of a TP1 on Golden Pocket on any sort of range. And so swing low, swing high. It pixel perfected your Golden Pocket, had it in an extremely bullish reaction. Yeah. Also, we were talking about how these are poor highs. So the probability of it coming back and grabbing these are pretty high, right? These are poor highs, you can see. So depending on that and your risk appetite, yeah, but I'll be honest. If I was in that short, I probably would not have had TPs there. And if anything, I would have gotten like stopped out in profit. And I would have missed out on all that. And you guys, you know, that's probably the most realistic outcome, right? For those of you that have been watching, I wouldn't have TP'd and I would have gone Kimba airlined. So just always start with shit that is not debatable. You know, that's a poor high. You can't argue that. Whether it goes up and grabs it and when, those are all things that we can debate and talk about and we can have differing opinions on. Happy Tuesday, Lions. How we doing? What a juicy ass day today, y'all. Fadila says, thanks, bro. What do you think of the open interest? It's bullish, unfortunately.
I'm juicing.
Well, not unfortunately, but price is going up, open interest is going up. Even when you look at EXO, if you were to zoom out and isolate this move up, 17 million, well, now it's 11. We could do it real. 11 million in longs opened and 6 million, 5.8 million in shorts got closed out. Okay. But if price is going up, and open interest is going up, it's bullish. So pretty soon, like second, third week, I don't know if you saw the little office tour yet, but you could see how barren it was and how much work I have to do. So it's probably going to take another 2-3 weeks. But once the office is set up, I'm going to be kicking it a lot longer, and it'll be back to the old school streams where I would kick it for like 14, 16 hours a day. Because I'm going to be on like a little forced sabbatical till maybe July, August. So, yeah, we're going to be trading S&P. We're going to start scalping shitcoins. We're going to have fun, Space Cash. Which altcoin is your favorite? My favorite shitcoin is probably S&P, aka the US economy. And that's what we're going to trade on BingX, okay? Smithwood says, I already tried earlier 3 times to long this before stream. It's really tough to beat. Indeed it is, Smitty. That Golden Pocket retrace, if you had blind limits, was maybe the long, but it would have been hard to put blind limits in there and it reacted so fast. I see you, Space Cash. Vishanti, Slyrock, Coco says, when kids? I don't know. Soon, probably. Wow, it pixeled the Golden Pocket. Real quick. So just to like prepare for the S&P BingX play, right? It's too hard. We would have never put blind limits here. We would have taken the TP on the short here with blind limits, but we would have never put blind limits to long. However, exclamation Boogamma and exclamation Fib, and it's pixel perfect 618, just a heads up. 618 overlap on Boogamma. So just you know, whether we can get, I doubt we're going to get this exact play, but just to kind of like verbalize it and say it out loud as we start to get ready to play this thangity thang. You good? Kryptonita, what are those yellow lines on SPX chart? Boo gamma levels. So the 50-60 is the biggest boo gamma. The 50-70 is from earlier, but the one that we added today, the one that we wanted to pay attention to, is the 50-60 negative boo gamma. 50-60. And how perfectly is it, you know, bouncing? So, and if you type exclamation rewind and go back, or you watch the highlights, we talked about how, you know, we're going to be shorting shit like that when we start trading. And it's a quick scalp, just a quick little boo gamma move. Get in, get out. You had this, like some sort of like resistance. Some people are going to draw it like this, and it's a breakout. You know what I would say, like switch over to line. So if you go to line daily, you can see how clean it is, right? So now you tell me, like just right off, just if this is the only fucking TA that you knew, like since this is daily, brother, because you asked for higher time frame, we don't get bullish on the penetration, we get bullish on the what. So if this is the only thing that you had, okay, well, that could be an interesting level, right? We haven't even begun to do something like this. So I'm going to keep the line like this. It's not pixel perfect, but you can do it yourself. All right. But for example, this daily hasn't closed yet. Poor highs, by the way. So let's say, for example, that this swings and it goes up there. Well, you got to be ready for a, okay, maybe it's not a fib play. Maybe it's a volume node play. Maybe it's a naked TPO. Maybe it's a VWAP confluence. You know? Alrighty, and then to the upside, same thing. So you would go swing high, swing low, okay? Do you see this volume node, this peak right here? Do you see how it's pixel perfect on 0.5? So you gotta be thinking to yourself, bad. This one, maybe it doesn't have to grab. So, might be interesting. But you have to look at the open interest in CVD when it's going up. You got to see the open interest in CVD when it's going down. Imagine a div like that on the daily as it's bouncing off. And what if it's Fibonacci? And what if it's pixel fucking TPOs and single prints? Does that help, Droman? That's how I would start. And I don't care if you're looking for a long or a short. The levels are pretty, like the fact that there's a lot of volume here, that's undebatable, right? If there's a single print right here, and I don't know if there is, but if there is, it's undebatable that there's a single print and an imbalance there. You know what I mean? If there's a higher low and a lower low on the RSI or the CVD, the divergence is undeniable. Whether it plays out, whether it holds, whether it's strong enough is all up to you, and you got to do the best that you can with the data that's in front of you. So something like that. I hope there's going to be a retest. Yeah, but okay, so let's talk about it. You do not want to blindly put limits right there, okay? What is this? And what is this? That's ass. Like that's not that great. It's bullish. But that also means that if you start to knock this domino piece over, what do you think is going to happen to all these longs? So you better make sure that if you are going to try to long the retest, that if the open interest is going down and people are getting squeezed and you don't have big shorts opening to go and grab this shit. Because this could be, what if it's this? What if it takes time? Swept your ass, ho. Okay, so the timing of it, the velocity or the violence, I can't predict. But the structure is there. You know what to expect. You have rules, you've got fibs, you've got volume, you've got TPO levels to kind of guide you through. And as you hit the levels of interest, just do your best and try to figure out if you have a bullish or a bearish edge. Other than that, those are bad highs. And so very high probability that it's going to get swept and it's already breaking out. So we'll see. There was like a sweep possibility. Yeah, we also talked about the longs too, and like where the single prints are, and you can see like, so if this does like come back, it would be interesting. Like if this nukes, it resets. So everybody that longed from here gets stopped out and then bounce back up type of shit. And then like you've got a lot of interesting things. We already did this yesterday, so what a coincidence. Yeah, you guys see it, right? Anyways, it's just about like anticipating. We don't really know what's going to happen. We can't predict the future, but it's good to just kind of anticipate and plan, yeah? And then it's up to you guys on what you want to do. Who juicing? 5 more minutes and 30 seconds on the 30-minute candle close. S&P, help us out. Symphonic requested. I got you. Bugatti money. S&P. 5 more minutes left on the 30-minute candle close. S&P. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, the math is the math. Who juicing? Okay, but all hype and joking aside, there you go. There's the market lesson in bad highs. Good? And it's about probabilities. So sometimes it's not going to grab. Alrighty? The math is the math, ladies and gentlemen. Is everybody prepared? Destack says, are you, Kimba? Are you prepared? Boy, I'm prepared like a motherfucker. It's my middle name. What about the old OG classic, I was born prepared? Come on, baby. The math is the math. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left, OGs. You know what it is. PSG, stand up. Crispy, stand up. Sly Rock 95, stand up. Juice. Yeah, buddy. There you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing the little arm thing. Ladies and gentlemen, a clinic on bad highs. Can I get 2 claps? You just witnessed bad highs getting swept. In 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you might have the beginning of a swing fail pattern. You already know what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Talk to me. Talk to me. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can I get 2 claps for a motherfucking pixel perfect start, not confirmation, of a thang? So what are we doing? What are we doing? Does anybody have any questions about bad highs and bad lows and the probabilities of getting swept and why we drew these lines and why we talked about potential to swing fail? Are we Gucci? I don't give a shit if you're in a short or not or whatever, but This is just pure math. It happens hundreds and thousands and millions of times. Observer says, I thought Binance must sweep. Okay, that's actually a good observation. Do you know what I said about that? I don't give a shit how high it goes. I don't care if it sweeps that. I don't care if it sweeps this. Okay, this is all right. It doesn't have to sweep. If it wants to, especially on CME or Coinbase, awesome. Okay, but for me, it's not really so much about trying to get the Pico top, right? What do we always say? As soon as this candle closes, you pull the fib and you go from this level all the way to the 7.5, right? You would have gotten a little baby fill. You know, and you could wait for the 30-minute candle close to confirm, and then you could add 2. It just formed. It hasn't confirmed yet, but you are literally witnessing a swing fail. You're getting a clinic on swing fail pattern live, and also the bad highs. And actually, since this deviated, I don't even know if I really want to do this fib range. I might have to do something like this and be like, let's see if it holds. And you see that time point of control that it's been bouncing from? You see the time point of control? So like the first sign that it would be bearish is probably to turn that into resistance. So along with the Fibonacci, you're looking at something like this probably. That would be bearish. You know, and to be honest, I didn't really get what I wanted here, so I might have to do something like this. So far so good. The 30-minute candle close was good. Let's see the next 30-minute, because you can go back and forth on whether you want a 1-hour candle close or you want 2 30 minutes. You know me, for me it's 30-minute. And then on top of that, you've got Fibonacci levels confluencing with time point of control. You know, so if that's the time point of control that was acting as support, then spending, significant time below the time point of control would be bearish, yeah? It hasn't lost a golden pocket on the whole move up, right? So losing the golden pocket and turning it into resistance would be bearish, start to be bearish. So that's the way. But at the end of the day, until those bearish things confirm and stick, bulls are still in charge. So, but swing fail looks good. But yeah, if it's going to start doing some goofy shit like this, then yeah, I might have to take that. And we already talked about this single print grab and go. Yeah? So, and then like, yo, did CME and Coinbase sweep? Yes. Coinbase. Yes. Holy fuck, that actually looks like a 3 drive. The fuck? Okay, so something to think about too. And then it's going to be some, like, watch. Where do you think this might be? If it does come down, I'm not saying that it would, but just in terms of anticipatory. Wow. And then you would go dink, dink. So let's just say that is the bottom. You would go from here to here. And look at that. Something like that. So let's not forget about that as well. But this would get me a better entry than that other scenario, and it would be quicker. I got to get on a flight. I got to get back to New York. But that's just if you get candle closes below. Okay. 18 minutes on this 30-minute candle close. You guys Gucci Magucci? And then as long as you don't do anything goofy like that, as long as you continue to make higher lows and you continue to bounce off of golden pockets, and if you can get a 30-minute candle close above this, bulls, you're back in business. Bugatti! But this is the time point of control that it was bouncing off of, and it's confluencing with this. So, I mean, imagine just like a triple bearish retest. How goofy would that be? So you're talking about if I get in here, what it would be? I think I would have to put stop loss here behind that level. Yeah, how much is that? $400? Yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah, but I don't know. It's up to you, Barbizi. You know, where's like your VWAP, or is there like a Fibonacci? You might do something like this, you know, because you could be thinking to yourself, brother, that this is just, it hasn't been enough time, you know, and it could certainly do some goofy shit like this, you know, and since people have so many of their things here, it sweeps, you know, not that high, but like maybe to like the 7.5. You know, so like a little bit higher. But wow, give it up for the pixel perfect golden pocket, the golden pocket, by the way. Golden pocket, the golden pocket would be right there. Holy fuck. So that's a harmonic in play as well. Yeah, but if my dumbass is here, I'm sure they're going to do this. God damn it. So you have to factor in all this shit and kind of fight for yourself. Okay. Does that help, brother? I would probably still put it behind the yellow line, but watch my dumb ass get hunted. Yeah, I don't know if I really want to play like this. Oh, you know what? I would do that. Let me just do a higher high. I'll do a higher high. "12 minutes on the 30-minute candles. You guys good? I got a dip in like 40 minutes. Are you guys seeing this? It's pixel fucking, y'all.
Latuche, motherfucker, the math is the math.
Can you guys see the time point of control? Oh my God. Everybody has this on their screen, right? On their own screen. You have the fib, and whether it's volume or TPO, you've got the point of control, right? And you got like that descending line or whatever bullshit. Maybe you guys have VWAP on. Maybe you guys have Market Cipher B on. Docs11 says home run 32K. Search for alpha. Where do you see crypto in 50 years? Mainstream adoption or just government coins? A hybridization of both. In my perfect world, Bitcoin is like the gold that all the other cryptos are based off of, all the other altcoins and shitcoins. So even if there is a government coin, it's still backed by Biddy. That would be super interesting to me. You know how, like, you know, theoretically currency is backed by gold? Imagine if the government stable coins were backed by Bitcoin. Something like that. I don't know. That's best case scenario, right? I'm gonna sell some of my spot like on the next bull top, like anything between like 120 and 175. I'll probably start to sell just a little bit. Crappy says, yeah, I saw you talking about single print, hence the gotcha confirmed. Yep, yeah. But like you see all the bad lows, right? Bad low, 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 bad low. Not C low, not C low, bad low. The goofy ass cousin of Marco Polo. Okay? Marco Polo. Yeah, so swing failing this and versus going down here, if I was along, this would be more bullish. Right? Yeah, but guess what though? But really, I guess what I'm trying to really talk about is, let's say that you're anticipating for this, okay? But it does some shit like this, and it like struggles, and it starts to do some shit like this. It's not like, one, you took a blind limit entry, and two, you're already prepared for this and this, and the fib overlap. So it's not like you're like, fuck, I'm not going to get the swing fail. Who gives a shit? On to the next plan. Just take what the market gives you. And then let's not forget about like this too. This holds, okay? This holds 7.5 back above to 7.05 again, and then flip the golden pocket into support. That and that by sweep. And then if it doesn't sweep and you start to stop here, well, you're looking at the open interest on here to see if it's a failed auction. You know, and then it would be crazy if this is like a hidden bear div or some sort of bear div. You also have that. You also have that. And you also have that. So this is your stop losses there. And then if you're watching the open interest here, this might be a long. Resistance. I'm sure that if it's going to break, it'll probably tap one more time, make a lower high, break, turn it into support. The usual shit. The usual shit. Gucci? So, bulls, bears, I'm rooting for you, motherfuckers. Same old. This hasn't really changed from earlier. So 58,925 really starts from 57.7 and it runs all the way to like 59,350, 59.4. To the downside, you really start around 56,200. Small cluster all the way to 55.5, but you know, all the way to 54,620 before you have a big gap. Alrighty. And then for the 7-day, a little bit of a cluster all the way from 60,900 all the way to 61,900. But really the star of the show is like this cluster from 50,500 all the way down to like 49,150. Alrighty. And then 1 month. So those would all be the short home run targets, you know? And then obviously you got this whole thing at like 41,600. Alrighty. But before we get there, we talked about the bad lows. Single prints, the overlap with volume and Fibonacci. Alrighty. Don't be mad at me if I show up with a short. But I think most of you guys called out the entries, so I think you guys are good. Where were we? Oh yeah, bulls, bears were all lions. Actually, let me hit this right now, okay, before the flight. Cheers. All right, Sato, tell him what happens if you don't exhale. I mean, what the fuck? Use stop loss. He said he's gonna smack the shit out of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Love you guys. Peace, everybody.